Tyson has an amazing range of box IQ in his corner with Andy Lee, Sugar, and I think that was probably overpowered by family members.
Danny Gaffone for Pro Boxing Fans in Leeds. Press conference day, Josh Taylor, Jack Cattrall. Pleasure to have with me Skye Nicolson. Skye, a few months down the line, how's life as a world champion been?
Amazing.
A few holidays, I saw.
Yeah, I had a really nice break, a few nice holidays in there, and now we're back in camp. So it's been a bit of a reality hit the last couple of weeks, getting back into it, but it's what I love. So no, it's been a ride.
When are we expecting a fight date for you then?
I think the fight announcement should be around the corner now. They're finalising a few details with the fight, but pretty much everything's locked in, good to go. I'm going to be boxing in mid-July with a full announcement coming hopefully within the next week.
Anyone we know?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not say. This is my first voluntary defence, obviously. Raven is my mandatory. They wanted to have a fight out in July before we fight, so we're doing the same thing. So the fight with Raven Chapman's definitely going to be happening in the second half of the year. So this is more a run-out fight, but definitely against a quality opponent and someone that's definitely got my respect.
Skye, just want to got your thoughts on what we saw at the weekend. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. Massive win for Oleksandr Usyk. Fight that's got a lot of people talking for loads of different reasons. First of all, do you think the right man won?
100%. I definitely think the right man won. I believe Usyk was probably saved. Fury was saved from being stopped in round 9, in my opinion. I don't feel like the ropes were really holding him up, and I think he was very lucky to be gifted that standing 8 count. I think it was amazing what Fury did to come back from that round, but I definitely believe that Usyk won the fight and did enough to win the fight.
Just on the round 9, do you think it's a case of any other fighter in any other fight, they probably get stopped, but it's just because it's Tyson Fury in the undisputed heavyweight world title fight, he gets the benefit of the doubt?
I mean, I think that's definitely a lot weighing on it. I mean, would you want to be the referee trying to wave off Tyson Fury? It would be a very scary position to be in. But no, I mean, if he did wave it off, I don't think anyone could have argued it. But obviously the referee would have been feeling a lot of pressure in that decision as well. And yeah, I think if the roles were reversed or if it was another fight, it wouldn't even be questioned. It would have been waved off, in my opinion.
A lot of people, another talking point that's come up is the footage. I can't remember what round it was, but it was loads of voices in Tyson's ear in the corner. You obviously had his dad, you had Sugar Hill, his Andy Lee, sort of conflicted instructions. Just as a fighter yourself, if you're in a fight that's going as it was for Tyson, doesn't seem ideal.
Honestly, no. I know every fight is different, and every fighter responds differently to different methods or techniques. For me, I like to have a very calm corner. I only want one voice, or I guess maybe 2 voices, but in a very calm manner. I think Tyson has an amazing range of box IQ in his corner with Andy Lee, Sugar, and I think that was probably overpowered by family members and all these other extra people that were in the corner. And yeah, I think that would be very, very hard, especially given the punishment he took in some of those rounds.
You talk about having family members in the corner, and not even on about Big John specifically, but just does it work having someone with that emotional investment in boxing? Just again, not just the Fury side of things, but I don't know if you, when you were coming up, had a family member, and I've seen a lot of people say that the emotional investment, you can't really be as objective. What do you think?
I think that's, I would agree with that. Obviously, my brother taught me to box. He's an amateur boxing coach, and we definitely had our struggles trying to balance having a coach-athlete relationship and a brother-sister relationship. It's very, very hard. I think it's again, depends on the individuals, but I think I've seen a lot of cases where it just doesn't really work. Family members, there is too much emotional investment, and I think it is better just keep it a bit more separate. But again, I think if John Fury's always been there and he's always there in his training and he's always there in his sparring, I don't see why it should be any different for Tyson. But there was too many voices. If he wants to listen to John Fury, then why are you employing these other amazing people to have in your corner? Because they're not getting to say what they need to say.
Just lastly, on the undisputed fight, I feel bad because so much of the discourse has been about Tyson Fury and no one's talking about Oleksandr Usyk. Just, I mean, in your personal opinion, where does he rank in terms of pound-for-pound fighters today?
I think he's going to be number one. And I think it'd be very hard to argue really anyone being number one over Oleksandr Usyk after everything he's done. He's an incredible athlete. What he's done as an amateur, as a professional, in the cruiserweights, now the heavyweights. And I don't think many people would argue it, to be honest. But yeah, it is a shame that obviously a lot of the limelight and media attention has still been kind of focused on Fury, but he is probably a bigger star, and that's nothing against Oleksandr Usyk. Fury, whether it's good or bad publicity, he's always going to be in the eye of the media and getting that media attention, win or loss, clearly. So yeah, I'm excited for the rematch. I'm excited to see what changes are made in both camps, and I think hopefully we see another amazing fight, because that's what it was.
Just last topic I want to get your thoughts on, Skye. The rematch, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. You've obviously been calling for that Amanda Serrano fight. Before we get into you and Amanda and what might come down, how do you actually see the fight going? Do you think it'll be a repeat or revenge?
You know what, based on their last few fights, I think Katie wins wide. I think she wins much more clearly than she did in the first fight. I think it will still probably be reasonably competitive, but I think she wins quite convincingly in this next fight. I think being up at super lightweight, Serrano's a featherweight, so she's giving even more weight. I don't think it really plays in her favour. And yeah, I think Katie, obviously she suffered her first loss last year. She came back, had an amazing performance against Chantel Cameron to become undisputed in her second weight division. I think people who thought she was on the slide know she's not. But of course, age always comes into it. I think they're a similar age, though, to be fair. And they're probably both coming to their end of their career. I think I would love to see Katie win this fight and maybe look at retiring, to be honest. I think it would be a really good way to go out. But yeah, for me, my prediction is a wide points decision to Katie if she doesn't stop her.
And on Amanda, you were very vocal about wanting that fight. Do you think now, is there a chance she will come back to featherweight? Do you still hold up secure in that fight, or what's your thoughts on it?
I hope so. All I can say is I hope so. I have no idea what Serrano wants to do, what she's going to do. I don't think she wants to fight me, so we will see. But I hope she wants to start defending the belts back at featherweight again after all this. If she doesn't, I hope she starts freeing them up so I can start collecting the belts off the other champions. But for me, I want to dethrone the champion. I want to dethrone her. I want to go down in history as a pound-for-pound great, and I want to do that by beating a pound-for-pound great. And all I can do is hope that the opportunity will be there for me.
Skye, good to speak to you again. I'll let you go and enjoy Leeds. Thanks very much.